Hi, and welcome to episode 1 of a series covering my new fakemon region, the Pyara region. After wrapping up the All-Mate region, I thought, well, I've done a region inspired by England, the place where I come from, but what if I did a region based on the place my family comes from? So this region will be based on Pakistan. Doing research for this region taught me loads of cool things about Pakistan, and I hope I can teach them to you too. Starting, as all regions do, well, most of them. Here's the grass type starter, Cicada. As the name suggests, Cicada is based on a cicada, and much like real cicadas, it's all about noise. Cicadas are known for emerging from the ground, making an absolute ruckus to attract mates, which they do with special structures called tymbals. Furthering the sound theme, Cicada's head is styled after a boombox, and the positioning of its eyes is meant to subtly evoke big headphones. Next up we have the fire type starter, Kidnite. Goats are an important part of Pakistani agriculture, and the fire starter slot seemed as good a place as any to include one. Its extra big ears reference the large ears of many Pakistani goat breeds, which help them regulate their body temperature. Kidnite can be stubborn, but its tenacity and hardiness make it an easy Pokemon for beginner trainers. We've done grass and we've done fire. There's only one place to go from there. Here's the water type starter, Squink. Equal parts kid and squid. No prizes for guessing where this Pokemon's name comes from. Squid in real life use their ink as a defense mechanism, but Squink also uses it to express itself, although it usually ends up making a mess while doing so. I also gave Squink's head a bit of a UFO vibe, which will come into play with its evolved forms. So those are Pyara's starters, but they're not going to stay cute and marketable forever. At level 16 they'll evolve, starting with Cicada, who becomes Nymphony. Cicada remains grass type, but changes species when it evolves, from a cicada to a grasshopper. Like cicadas, grasshoppers have a reputation for noise, but they make noise via stridulation, making sound by rubbing body parts together. Unlike Cicada, which just likes making noise, Nymphony tries to be a little more creative, rubbing its legs together to make songs that represent its inner turmoil. Following on from Cicada, Kidnite evolves into Belaze. Kidnite becomes a real gourmand when it evolves, eating anything that looks remotely edible to fuel its internal furnaces. While the reputation that goats have for eating inedible objects is largely exaggerated, goats will chew on all sorts of things to determine if they're plant matter before tucking in, including cardboard, clothing, and even tin cans. Goats are actually pretty picky eaters, but have a varied diet and can eat all sorts of different plants. One of the reasons they're so popular as farm animals. Finally, Squink evolves into Davinci. Yes, like the funny video. Low-hanging fruit, I know, but it was too perfect to pass up, and reflects a progression of Squink's artistic inclinations. Davinci is more deliberate in its inking than its pre-evolved form, painting big murals to represent its emotions, though it's often frustrated by its inability to properly express itself. Okay, we've got the awkward teen stages out of the way, time for the final forms. Starting with the grass types, Nymphony evolves into Maestrantis. Changing species once more, but also changing types this time, Cicada goes from a cicada to a grasshopper to a mantis, specifically a grass psychic orchid mantis. Mantises don't have a reputation for noise like cicadas or grasshoppers, but some do stridulate as a defense mechanism. Maestrantis' claws function like a violin, with one claw moving along the other to make melodies. These songs are beautiful, but this beauty has a secondary purpose. Its bewitching tunes can lure unsuspecting prey towards it, putting them in range of a deadly claw attack. Next up is the Kidnite line. At level 36, Belaze evolves into Capeweed. When Belaze evolves, it learns how to give as well as take when it comes to food, using its fire-type moves and powerful internal furnaces to heat ingredients and make delicious meals for its friends to enjoy. It also gains the steel type upon evolving, making this Pokemon a real iron chef. With a design evoking chefs, ovens, and barbecue grills, Capeweed's hands can work like oven mitts and grills, and its chef hat acts as a big smokestack, venting excess heat and smoke as it cooks. Last, but by no means least, at level 36, Davinci evolves into Calamati. This Pokemon has refined its artistic abilities, and is finally able to express itself through its ink paintings. Perhaps a little too well, as staring too deeply into its complex patterns can completely mesmerize unsuspecting viewers. It gains the poison type upon evolving, as its ink is several degrees stronger than that of its pre-evolved forms. Calamati is based on the stereotypical depictions of painters with its beret, smock, and ink-splattered body, but also draws inspiration from Japanese depictions of Martians, the Martian Man tripods of War of the Worlds, and an ever so slight sprinkle of Cthulhu. So those are Pyara starters. I really like the thing that Pokemon starters have done since around Gen 5, where they all fit within a certain theme, so I thought I'd do something similar for these guys. They're all based on things that bring people together: music, food, and art. I'm going to pose a question at the end of every video, because I'd love to hear your thoughts. The first question is pretty simple. Which one of these starters would you pick, and why? Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Oh, Sushi's decided that she wants to help out with the recording. Go on, Sushi, what do you have to say about Da Vinci?